Hello everybody, Mick here, Hampshire Outdoors and Survival. So this is just a test live. I'm checking out my new rig and seeing if it works. So hopefully somebody in a minute will come up and go, "Oh Mickey, how you doing?" And I'll go, "Awesome, it's all working fine and dandy." If not, I'm just sat here talking to myself. Well, nothing really new or unusual in that. Mickey's quite often talking to himself. In actual fact, I think talking to yourself is actually the way to go. Do excuse me, I need to adjust that camera. So there you go. Stop that zooming in and out. Yeah, I think talking to yourself is the way to go. Quite often, I will chat my way through a situation. I will sit there and go, "Ah, oh, damn, what are we going to do?" And I will talk my way through it. "Hi there, angels with dirty faces. Hello, mate. Owen. Brilliant. Sounds good. Excellent. Video's clear and crisp. Fantastic. We're happy with that." Yeah, so a couple of new bits of kit to show you as well. So firstly, I've been talking to a company. Now I've had to buy this kit, but I've been chatting to a company. I might recommend them, I think. Badger Outdoors. Okay, so I've carried a Leatherman for many years, and I love my Leatherman. However, I do think Leatherman are missing out on a cheers, Owen. I think Leatherman are missing out on a trick. Okay, because Leatherman don't do a Leatherman with a ferro rod on it, but Badger Outdoors do. So that's the Badger Outdoors multi-tool. It's got all the blades and all the bits and pieces that I've got on my normal Leatherman. But back here, it's got a ferro rod, which detaches. And it even has a little guard over the ferro rod, okay, which I think is pretty damn good. So, along with your Leatherman as your bushcraft survivally go-to tool, you've also got the ability there to strike a fire when you need to. I could have done with that really on the one night survival video, because I could have taken one tool with me, which would have been this. I'd have had a saw, I'd have had a knife, I'd have had a ferro rod, I'd have had screwdrivers, even got a little window breaker on it, and this little pocket there, you've got a 3-bit screwdriver set which slots into that. So now a Leatherman, you're looking at pretty much sort of 60-70 quid upwards. That was £35. I'm not recommending it yet because I'm going to take it out and I'm going to beast the living out of it. I'm going to give it a really good go and see what I think about it. Okay, because if it falls apart, breaks, blunts, dies on me, the ferro rod snaps off, and it won't get the Mickey seal of approval. But what I originally got into them for was these bags over here, as you can see. Now, I love these bags. I am passionately in love with these bags because as somebody that's always looking from the prepper survival point of view and has recently got himself a canoe, I wanted a good set of waterproof bags. Now, I was a bit of a doubting Thomas initially, so we bought that one originally. Now this is a 50-litre bag, okay, and it comes with a really nice rucksack setup. It is really quite comfortable. I have used it. I used it when I went over up to Scotland, and I used it when I went over to see my mum. Has a chest rig on it, works nicely. 50-litre, waterproof, okay. It is a very heavy ripstop PU, but it also has on the side here a valve. So I can open the valve. And I can do 2 or 3 things with it. One, I can inflate it and use it as a seat. I can use it as a buoyancy aid. whether it's strapped on like that, or whether I'm just going to use it like that, or even hold on to it by the side straps. That's bloody good. The other bonuses with it, when it's not exactly full of stuff, I can suck the air out of it. Being able to suck the air out of it shrinks its size down, which makes it a lot easier to pack away in the car. It has a waterproof pocket on the side and more attachments and attachment points than you can throw a proverbial stick at. Okay, so I picked that up. That's really, really good, and that is pretty much for my in-car survival kit. I'm going away and I want to keep stuff dry. I want to look after it. That's the way to go with that. I was that impressed with that. But I also acquired their 35 litre dry bag. Okay. Now, this is the one I'd recommend for most people going out and about. It means my cameras are dry. It means all my kit's dry. It means I've got in there at the moment brew kit, clothing, all sorts of bits. And again, it's a simple dry bag. So this one's just a roll down top. Clips each side. And then what I did like about it was it also has a centre clip, which a lot of the time you probably wouldn't use, but it's there if you want it. So when I go canoeing, I know my camera gear and that is going to be sorted. We've got a large external pocket, which is waterproofed. It's got two internal pockets, which are flat pockets at the back for your maps or your documents, keys, bits and pieces like that you don't want to lose. It also, like the other one, has more attachment points than you could possibly throw a stick at. You've got places where you can clip things to it. All the bottoms on these are double layered, and again, it has a really good feel to it when you put it on. All the chest straps are adjustable, both up and down, as well as the tension, and it gives you a nice, comfortable bag, fully waterproof. So that's my waterproof kit for going canoeing. So I think between those two, I'm pretty much covered. So yeah, Badger Outdoors. You go and have a look at their site. Okay, they do all sorts of kit, and they do a massive range of multi-tools, which they've made themselves. Absolutely wonderful items. Put that down there. Hi Kaz, how you doing, my lovely? Hi Lawrence. Hi mate. This is just a quick test, really. Hi John, how you doing? God blimey, everybody's coming. So this was really a quick test so that I could check new computer, new gear. Wanted to make sure everything's working funky and hunky for you, ready for tonight. So you're probably going to see the bags again tonight. And like I say, the Badger Outdoors multi-tool, that I am impressed with, because like I say, they've beaten Leatherman at their own game. Because they come in with something that feels, at the moment, as good a quality as any Leatherman I've ever handled, at half the price, and like I say, sticking a ferro rod into it. Okay, a lot of us outdoors guys like our Leathermans. We like our multi-tools. Okay, we like having that kit with us, but having a ferro rod in it, that's a good bit of thought. And the fact that the ferro rod has actually got a sheath, as anybody that uses a ferro rod knows quite regularly, they tend to corrode. Okay, they oxidize in air. So having the sheath on it keeps it good. The window breaker, I like that. This is supposed to be a hammer. Realistically, the the fear I have there is if I'm trying to drive a nail and I miss with that hammerhead, where's it going? It's going into that bit of your hand there. Anybody that's ever stabbed that part of a hand there knows how painful that is. But on the whole, yeah, they're good. it's half serrated on the blade, which I actually like because I find these rope serrations handy for working ropes, trimming ropes, and that. The saw on it appears to be, as I say, reasonable quality. If I can get it out, there you go. So that seems to be reasonable quality. And again, it's not the sort of thing, I'm carrying a silky, but occasionally you just suddenly think, I want to cut a notch into something. It's there for that. All locks. Has a good pair of scissors on it. Okay, which initially I wasn't impressed with till I realised you actually have to fold them all the way out. They are sprung. Okay, what I did was originally I opened them out to about there and went, oh, I'm not impressed with that. No, got to open it all the way out to get scissors work. They're quite a decent sized pair of scissors. Small enough to get those bits off your fingernails when you rip a fingernail, large enough to do the bits and pieces that you want to do around the camp. And again, like I say, half the price of a Leatherman. So I'm going to beast that. Don't go running out and getting yourselves one yet. I'm going to beast that over the next week or two and see if it breaks. Bits I'm a bit suspicious of, where I think it might fall down, and a lot of these copies do, is on the file. So you've got a diamond edge on this side, and you've got a standard file that side. Okay. What happens sometimes is the diamond coating comes off when you're actually working on harder materials, so like sharpening a blade and that. So I'm going to give this a really, until I've tried it and I'm really happy with it, I wouldn't recommend. But fit and finish is tight. There's no wobble in there at all. The cutter blades are removable as well, and you can buy the cutter blades through them. That's handy, worth knowing. And you've got the usual selection of small tools on the back. You've got your flat bladed screwdriver, you've got an awl with a hole in it, you've got a tin opener, a bottle opener, and so forth. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad. We will see how that gets on. In fact, let's try the screwdrivers, because this is right. Let's just slide one of those out there. Right, so you've got two Phillips on there. You've got a large and a small. But the screwdriver setting isn't a ratchet or anything. It's that way. So yes, you're going to have to think a little bit about it. I think it could have been better if it could have been recessed in that way, which would have been a more natural movement. But again, how often are you going to go to that as a screwdriver system? It's more multi-tool's more of a backup, isn't it? If you're going to go do a job where you need screwdrivers, you usually take screwdrivers with you. The Leatherman's tends to be that, oh damn moment, I suddenly need a screwdriver to tighten that up or tighten this up, when you weren't expecting it. So, and it comes in a nylon sheath. I hate nylon sheaths, I really do. They tend to fall apart too easily, but you could probably make a decent leather sheath for this, or a Kydex sheath if you wanted. So I'm trying out their kit at the moment because I'm always looking for companies that are prepared to go the extra mile. There's a lot of people doing some pretty crappy multi-tools at the moment. I've always stuck with Leatherman. I've always sworn by Leatherman, but this, I saw it, thought it's got a ferro rod on it. I'll have to give it a go. Yeah. Yes. So how are we all doing? Yeah, Kaz is battling asleep at the moment. It's the pill change for her has been a bit of her medications have been moved around in the time she's taken them through the day, so it's been a bit of a swine for her. She's pretty much just knocking her for 6. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can, Kaz. Hi Simon, how you doing, mate? This is just a quick pre-live just to make sure that my new camera and bits and pieces and that are all working hunky and funky. So tonight you get to see the lovely Kaz. Remember, she is what you're all coming for. I'm completely aware of that, and I'm completely good with it. Brilliant. So yeah, so new kit tonight. I'll be showing the new gear, the new bags, the go-to bags, pretty much for prepping survival. Um, they've got some. It's an interesting company. Let's face it that way. I've yet to send them an email. I think I'm going to get Kaz to file one off for me this week. Well, or I might even have a go at myself. Tap it out one finger at a time. I'll be interested to know more about them, know more about their kit, and looking at it, and possibly even doing more recommendations, because what I've seen and tested so far, I am very, very impressed with it. And I know Kaz is as well. Cost wise, what's a good bag these days? Yeah, good rucksack these days, anywhere from 50 to 150 quid. If you're going for Savota or you're going for specialist items, yeah, you're looking at 5, 6, £700. Yeah. So these bags are a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. I will get the prices for you for tonight's live. I'll make sure I've got that. But they're not the cheapest. You can go into your local camping shop and pick up a basic rucksack for next offer 10, 20 quid. But is it going to be 100% waterproof? Is it going to double up as a life preserver? Could you half inflate it and use it as a pillow? Could you use it as a seat? I doubt it very much. So, yeah, am I impressed? Yeah. It's going to get recommended. Recommended? I just invented a new word. It's going to get a recommendation from me. Yeah. So, yeah. Badge Outdoors. Damn good. Damn good. I am impressed. And I know it's not particularly bushcrafty. I know I'm going to get the comeback from some people going, no, not. It's got about 5 minutes watching those dry bags. Yeah. Yeah, elk rock. Yeah, it would be overkill for most. I mean, dry bags being ex-amphibious marine engineer, used them all the time, and they are awesome kit. I mean, they would outlast that. But for what I need these days, I'm trying to get. I know those are green and black. I'm trying to get a little bit away from the tactical. Not from the point of view I don't like the tactical, but trying to make myself a bit less of a target. A lot of the travelling I'm doing at the moment is ferries and things like that, a lot of public transport, and I'm trying to get away from that side of a little bit. I mean, I'm trying to just sort of create my own space. It's yeah, try. It's a hard one to explain to people. There's a frustrated squaddy in us all, and I try not to let the little swine out, because all he wants to do is drink beer and fight his mates. So so I keep him shut away. Hence, I haven't drunk any alcohol in a couple of weeks. So yeah, even that's taken a bit of a back step, purely and simply not because I've got any issues or dramas, but I'm just trying to take a bit more care of myself. I've had a couple of comments on videos where people say, Mick, your breathing's terrible. Well, my breathing is terrible. Okay, I'm 60 years old, been in dusty, dirty, and dodgy environments most of my adult working life. I've been a blacksmith. That's iron filings and metal dust around you all the time. I've been on training areas, ranges. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful chemicals there. I must probably fired somewhere in a region on an average month of about 8 to 10,000 rounds of live ammunition. So I've been breathing the cordite and the dust from that as well. I've got a broken nose. It's been broken several times in my life, so I find it hard to breathe through my nose. So I tend to breathe through my mouth. I'm a mouth breather. So yeah, it tends to make me, and again, having the microphone down here when I'm filming tends to exacerbate it a little bit. Well, I've noticed it, and Yeah, I know. I'm not offended by people saying it. You know, it's one of those things, isn't it? You just got to take it. Hiya, Sue Life. How's the pups? I hope they're grand. And I hope the weather's gorgeous wherever you are. Um, yeah. Oh, right. Willow's downstairs. I was going to get him up to say hello. Yeah, Kaz is struggling a little bit at the moment. They've changed her meds around. She's just had her thyroid rechecked, and her thyroid gland's pretty much packing up on her. Okay, so they've had to up her thyroid medication quite a bit. And one of the issues was she was taking it later in the day, and they now wanted to take it first thing in the morning. Because what it'll do, you take the thyroid medication, it picks the body up, gets it all motivated and way to go. And again, of course, that happening in the evenings, it knocks her sleep pattern back to front. So she's had to reverse it. But until her body's adapted to that and got used to it, it's knocking her back a bit. It's making her really, really tired. It's good to have you back, Lawrence. Good to have you back. So yeah, any comments there? Because again, this was just going to be a quickie live, just to make sure everything was working fine and dandy. You see, the man cave's getting a bit resort. I managed to clean off the notice board after writing on it with an indelible marker of industrial strength. It's been about 2 hours with a scouring pad and some industrial strength cleaner, and managed to get that off. So that's handy. That means I've got my notes up there for me, remind me what to do and say. Yeah. Got a couple of videos up today. One was just a bit of fun with a song for Kaz. And the other one is my snow video, which I do apologise because I could have made a better snow video. But I was halfway through a 1,000-mile journey, 40 hours, 4 hours sleep. Probably wasn't doing my best. Hopefully, it's a video that's going to give people information, give them ideas, thoughts about how they prep and prepare their vehicle all through the year to make them that little bit safer. I've sat here when I was editing it going, should have mentioned this, should have mentioned that I've also got that, and I've also got that, and the snow shovel and the snow chains, and should have mentioned the fact that, I've got my big sleeping bag in my clothes bag so I can double it up with the blanket, and you didn't really show the heat pads. But that happens. You get home after some of these days out, and you suddenly realise that half of what you actually intended to go and do, you've missed out on. But that's the realism of it, isn't it? And then one of the things that I hope people find with my videos and what I try and share is, one, I'm not trying to tell you how to do things. I'm just trying to give people tips and ideas of how I do it, so that they can then hopefully use those skills and abilities to get by themselves. Now, some of you I know might be diving off in a minute to have a look for the snow video. That's up as a members video at the moment. And will be tomorrow evening. So it gives my members a little bit extra back to them. But I will make that public tomorrow evening for those of you that want to see it. And let me know what you think. Give me an honest feedback. If you think it's pants, say, Mick, you really cocked that one up when you had a chance. But, it's the way it goes. Yeah. You're not far wrong there, John. Making videos is a nightmare, especially with, I don't ever script or plan anything. All my woodland videos are usually, I come in here and I think to myself, like this week, I'm like, what should I do this week? Right, I've got things that I want to demonstrate. So I've got canvas tarps, which I want to take up the woods this week. I've got the stove. Will the stove, if I rig it, heat a canvas tarp? Oh, and I've got the peat that Living Lavu made for me. So I've got some peat heating blocks, got the stove, got the canvas. I have to take a brew kit. So I might haul that lot up the woods and have a look at that. Have a play with some just bog standard canvas sheeting shelters and trying to keep warm. Cheers, Lawrence. uh, cheers, mate. I appreciate that. And so yesterday was a mission as well. So I drove me, Jason, and Kaz out to Gloucestershire, Farmer P's farm. We picked up our meat box, so we got our year's supply of beef. So yeah, we're all loaded up. That's all good. Yeah, really nice. It's nothing better than knowing the cow personally that you're about to devour. Yes, yes, knowing that it's fully organic, it's had a great life, it's had an awesome life, and it's had been on grass all its life. Yeah. Why am I doing a test? Well, let's get this out there. My old computer was awesome. It only had 100 gigs on its main drive. It was a good computer. My mate Kiwi built it for me, and it did me proud for a couple of years. It's done me really proud. It's had the best part of 700 or 800 videos put through it. However, it was with the newer technologies that I'm taking on board, the different cameras, the different programs I'm using, it was struggling. It was struggling quite badly. So I had a word with my mate Owen and said, "All right, point me in the right direction." And he did. And we replaced the computer. I've now got another computer. Don't ask me what it does and all the rest of it, because technology wise, I might as well be shoveling coal into it. But yeah, so I got that set up on Friday. I literally came back from my mum's, got that up, got that organised. Poor old Owen had me bug him all day, and I felt pretty bad about it because he literally had to hold my hand. It was like having a 2-year-old cross the road. Um, you know, I could almost hear the frustration in his voice. Like, really? You don't even know how to do that? But it got set up. So we're here now. The first 2 videos have been edited a lot quicker and a lot easier. The download time is a lot faster. So yeah, it's getting there. It's all moving forward. And then the goal of this is this year to concentrate on making better videos, more informative videos, more fun videos, and yeah, give you what you all deserve, which is good fun. Yeah, John, I tell you what, this was the thing for me. I came out of working pretty much 7 days a week, anywhere from 12 to 18 hours a day. And I got bored. I got frustrated. I need something to focus on, and the videos gave me something to focus on. Um, it's a whole new thing to learn, but that's great. That's great at my age. Learning new things at my age means this old grey matter is being used. You know, it's having to learn and pick up new things, and yeah, and then in making the vid, you get out a bit more. You do more. You start looking into kit and equipment more. And it becomes a whole hobby, a whole fascinating hobby. Um, then you start a live stream. You meet the most amazing people all over the world. You make friends that you may well never meet in your entire life. Okay, but they're your friends. It's good, mate. It's awesome. I would recommend it to anybody. John, yeah, get yourself a camera and get out there. It's a great deal of pleasure. Um, Even sometimes I might just go for a walk, take the camera with me, film my walk and natter through my walk. It's yeah, starts yeah, it's just good. You start re-noticing things as well. I mean, I'm a country boy, so I spend hours in the countryside all my life, and there are things you see every day that you don't always take any real notice of because you see it every day. You're so used to seeing it. It's things like scarlet elf cups or the sun shining off the back of an adder as it's curled up under a piece of tin. You stop noticing those things. You see them so regularly. The trees changing in the spring and the autumn. You see it all the time, so you become blasé to it. But when you start filming, it's like opening a new set of eyes. because you start noticing it, focusing in on it, trying to get that image for people to share for people that may not have seen it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, John has. Yeah. I can see John starting a channel, and within 2 years, I'm going to be looking at it going, that's another one up around 10,000 subscribers. Well done, mate. Yes, it's a great thing. I wish I'd found it. I got into it when I was younger. It would have been difficult, being that I was working for the mod then, so they wouldn't have had that. Could imagine what it would have been like taking a camera into work there. So I don't think they'd have been too impressed with that. In fact, I'd probably be in trouble now. But it's the way it goes, isn't it? It's the way it goes. Anyhow, I'm going to wind this live up here, as I'm going to run out of things to chat about tonight. Thank you for joining me on this test live. Thank you for just being there and let me know it's all going to work, because it's a bit of a relief. It's like, it'll be good tonight. And me and Kaz will catch up with you tonight, 2000 hours UK time. Have a great afternoon, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. And have an awesome time. Catch you all in a bit. Mickey out. Cheers, guys. Much appreciated. Thank you, my friends. All here. Yeah, I'll see you in the pub.